Martin Luther King, Atlanta, 1929. Memphis, USA, 1968. American Baptist minister, civil rights advocate. The son of a Baptist minister, Martin Luther King studied theology at Boston University. From a young age, he became aware of the situation of social and racial segregation. From a young age, he became aware of the situation of social and racial segregation blacks living in your country, and especially in the southern states. Became a Baptist pastor in 1854, took over church in the city Montgomery, Alabama. Soon, he showed his charisma and his determination to fight for the defense of the civil rights by faithful methods. Inspired by the figure of Mahatma Gandhi and the theory of the civil disobedience of Henry David Thoreau, shortly after arriving in Montgomery organized and led massive boycott of almost a year against segregation on municipal buses. The fame of Luther King quickly spread nationwide, and then became director of the American Peace Movement, first through the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, and later the Congress of the Racial Equality, also as a member of the Association for the Advancement of Colored People, opened another front for improvements in their living conditions. In 1960, he took a spontaneous flight student sitting in Birmingham, Alabama, to begin a nationwide campaign. This time, Martin Luther King was jailed and later released through the intercession of John Kennedy, then a candidate for the president of the United States, but managed to block equal access to libraries, dining rooms, and park lots. In the summer of 1963, the struggle reached one of its high points when he led a massive march on Washington. This reached 250,000 people, to which he gave one of his finest speeches for peace and equality humans. He and other representatives of anti-racist organizations were received by President Kennedy, who promised to streamline its policies against segregation in schools, and the use of an poll will promise to streamline its policy against segregation in schools and use of employment, which affected especially to the black community. However, neither the good intentions of the president, who would die assassinated months later, nor the ethical force of the Memphis King Nobel Prize in 1964 seems sufficient to contain the spirit of the national color groups opposed to integration and pro-violence of Black Power, Black Panthers, Black Muslims. The permeability of the groups of color, especially those living in the ghettos of New York and other northern states, the influence of these violent groups trained the core message of King: pacifism. In March 1965, leading a rally of thousands of military rights advocates who traveled almost 100 miles from Selma, where they heard acts of racial violence to Montgomery. The struggle of Martin Luther King had a tragic end. On April 4, 1968, he was assassinated in Memphis by James L. Ray. While the funerals were held in the church and the Garcia, Atlanta, a wave of violence spread across the country. Ray, who was arrested by the police, the mother was recognized and was sentenced by the circumstantial evidence. Years later, retracted his statement and, with the support of the King family, called for a reopening of the case and the hearing of a new trial.